I'm gonna shave my facial hair, and I'm gonna shave my body hair, and I'm gonna bleach my hair blonde. Okay, but I'm not gonna do it right now because, oh, actually I can bleach my hair blonde, but I can't shave my body hair off because I don't have the clippers yet. It's about to show up at my door. Somebody's delivering it. They have, it's called WAHL, a wall clippers. I think that's like the standard one these days. I think it's an older brand. And I'm gonna shave my body hair with it, but I'm not gonna show. I'm gonna be as godly and Jesus like as I can, and I'm gonna show like from here up when I'm shaving my body hair or something like that, so you don't see any funny nudity or anything like that. And I'm also gonna keep shorts on when I'm shaving my body hair. I'm not gonna show what I'm shaving, and I might get away from camera, off camera, if I'm shaving something I don't want you to see. So they are going to they're going to deliver the wall clippers pretty soon. And I've never done any heavy drugs. And I noticed somebody who took like meth or something like that recently. I saw her face, somebody I knew a few years ago, and her really did a number on her face. And I'm worried that she's gonna be like, you don't want to have permanent damage from it. And so I think she's got to quit all the heavy drugs. So it's this girl who was in she was in one of my videos, or more than one video, a few of my videos or something. And so that's it. She's got to quit doing her crappy drugs, all those heavy drugs like meth or some shit like that. It did something to her face. She looks like a meth face, and it looks older. And she's got to just quit. You just quit the drugs and then go on healthy food. Don't worry about being like gaining 10 or 20 pounds or something like that at the worst of it. And it'll look better on you, and don't do drugs anymore. Okay. I don't know what to tell her. I might send her a private message about it, but it's too weird. She really has to find God and Jesus more than that. That's even more important than the drug stuff. And the demons can have the effect on some people doing that stuff, I think. But I've never done any heavy drugs, so I'm okay. So they're bringing the wall clippers. I know it's kind of boring. They're bringing the wall clippers here. I'm going to shave off my body hair, shave off my beard with it. I'm going to make my hair blonde. And, I don't know what to say about my kids. I don't know what to say about them. She's had them there for 5.5 years. So she's had them there for 5.5 years. And I just was there for 6 weeks, seeing them. And, and then she said she was interested in, I don't know, something else. And I thought, I'd finally get my family back. I stayed there, did my best, and it just didn't get them all back. But my kids are in Texas, so I don't really know what to do about that. I don't really know what to do about them being there. So I don't know how to get them here, and I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. So, and it was not easy for me in Texas. Well, how much money do I have? Maybe I could stay. I can't make money there. I don't know how to make money there besides on YouTube. So, like here, I was able to work on real estate on my house, make the value of it go up so I could borrow against it or whatever, and I could work on stuff there. But in Texas, I don't know what I'd do to earn money besides videos, and I wouldn't feel like really my best there. So I don't know how good I'd even look or feel about the videos I was doing if I was in Texas, unless she really showed me love, and then it was like, okay, let's go. Come on, let's go here. That's how I kind of feel about it there. But they feel that way a little bit at Virginia. It's like it's okay, but we're not supposed to. The grandparents are not supposed to, like, for the grandparents from Texas are not supposed to live here, and my parents aren't supposed to live there. But for me and Danica and the kids, they should live here because now she's getting money from her dad to help pay her bills, and she doesn't even have enough right now from YouTube. But YouTube is she's getting like 5 million views a month, 5 million views a month, but it's not quite making enough money because the kids are like, my oldest son Roan is 16 and they're a little older, so um, the the youngest is the baby. She's 5. Uh, there's the baby, Ivan, who's 12, and Rowan, who's 16. So I might go outside. I'm gonna shave all this facial hair off. I've only shaved my face 2 or 3 times in 2 months. 2 or 3 times in 2 months I shaved my face. And I haven't done anything of the other hygiene stuff as much, besides I think like if there were like loose hairs on my eyebrows, I tried to get rid of them, and or something like that. And I haven't done anything to my hair. It's the same, it's however it grows, like for like grows and it's however it grows for like 2 months now. Like my hair, it looks like it's about the same as, well, it's a little longer now, so it grew in. It's about the same as it would look if I just didn't dye it or anything like that. Besides, it has a little bleach at the ends of it, but I let it grow for like 2 months, and this is what it looks like. And so I haven't done anything, any hygiene stuff that much at all, besides shave my face 2 or 3 times in the past 2 months. In the past 2 months, the only hygiene stuff I've done is, shower every day, close to every day, or every other day or something, every day pretty much. But shower, but I haven't shaved my face every day. I haven't trimmed any of my body hair. This is the way it looks, I guess. Like, I haven't shaved any of that body hair off for like 2 months. And but I showered every day, or close to every day. So I'm waiting for the wall guy to come here. I'm going to get rid of all my body hair, including my facial hair, and I'm going to make my hair blonde. I'm going to make my hair blonde, I think, because I don't want my face, but I already got that wall clippers. Oh yeah, that'll help to shave it for the first time, I think, because I don't know how a razor would cut all this, would shave all the. I was supposed to go outside. It looked really beautiful there while I was talking. It got really beautiful looking outside. Hi, hello, hi, hey, hi. I don't know if you can tell what somebody's personality is like, because they could be mean, unless it's in real life. I don't know if you can tell in a video. You can kind of tell, but you don't really know them until you meet them in person, I think. So you'd have to meet me in person and see what I'm like. Hopefully I wouldn't be in a bad mood. So I'm gonna turn this camera away from me. Well, this is fall weather. It feels kind of warm. It's not very cold. It's not cold fall weather, but it's fall weather. I don't have like the coolest expensive car, but this is outside. But there's actually, that car is what Danica used to have like 20 years ago when I was like a really young man. Well, yeah, I guess kind of like a really young man, like age 21 or 22 when I met her. It just happens to look kind of the same, but she's the mother of my children, so I gotta be kind to her. And I don't know if I'm gonna meet somebody else or not, or what's gonna happen with that. So I don't know why I'm walking out, waiting for the Walgreens person to come here. to come here. I don't know why I'm talking a little bit like a New York person, but I don't know why. It's all in my brain, my thoughts. They talk like that when we visit them. And when I was in New York, I didn't know, they thought I had a country hick accent. They thought I was a country hick. I never knew. That's why I thought I talked normal. I thought I didn't have an accent, but they said they thought I was country. And in Brooklyn, when I was a little kid, 5 or 6, hi, I'm shaving all this facial hair stuff off. When I was a little kid, like 5 or 6, or 8, maybe I was 8 years old. I think I was 8 years older, like about 8. Maybe the oldest 10, but I think 8 or 9 or 10. And they said that's when the Beastie Boys were popular. They had "Fight for Your Right to Party," their first like famous kind of stuff, and or really famous stuff. And so in Brooklyn, they liked all the rap. They liked rap on East First Street. That's where my grandmother lived when I visited, and went out in the street and talked to the kids. One kid tried to beat me up, and he threw me in a trash can. He threw me in an old metal trash can from the old days when I was like 8 years old, because I beat him at running, but I had lied about it. I pretended I could beat everyone. It was way faster than everyone. and then he made me run, and they couldn't see where I was going. I pretended I went all the way and came back. And then they really timed me, and then I really did it. I really did it and beat everybody when they timed me running to this other neighbor's house. And he got so angry, he threw me in a trash can. This kid on the street. His name was, they had Lenny and Michael. Little Lenny on his bike. His dad custom made his bike. It was when I was like 5 or 6. Or 8 years old or 10 years old. Something like that. That's around the times when I was there. In New York, like because of my grandmother was there, but I was in the South. So I'd like to talk to Danica and the kids, but I don't know how I'm going to talk to them. And if she's angry, then I guess I got to meet a new wife or something, but I'm not really supposed to. I have a feeling from God I'm not really supposed to meet a new wife. What happened here? What happened to that? That's weird. I'm not really supposed to meet a new wife, or look for a new wife, but maybe I am. But if I have to go the rest of my life being alone, I'm not going to do it. I'll just marry someone, I think. But I don't know if I'm supposed to or not, because I really want Danica and the kids, but she's just been mean, kind of mean, and kind of nice too, but she doesn't want to live in my house. She said she doesn't want to live in this house, and she doesn't even want to come here. She would not even look at it after I bought it. That's what I don't know why she thinks that. But if she moved here, it's the kind of house that was like our dream house a little bit. We were going to get a Tudor. That looks like a Tudor style. We wanted to live out in the woods, but close enough to town that we could drive to town. And that's the exact setting as this. But then she said she never wanted to look at the place. So I don't want to suffer by myself any more years. It's been 7 years. It's actually been, when we first got separated, it was 10 years ago. I've spent 10 years alone, but I messed up here and there. Here and there, I messed up and gave other women attention, like once every few years. It wasn't that bad. It was like for a one-night thing, and it was nothing that lasted very long. And so when you add it up, I've been all alone for 10 years in my bed, in my house, about every day. I'd say every day alone, hoping to be with my wife or a wife again. Or I'd say hoping to, I don't want to say too much about it, but I had to be alone for 10 years. I can kind of It's like when I moved to this house, it was only 5 years ago, and I was a young man, pretty much. I was a young man. I was in my 30s. I'm a little older, but I can shave this beard off and still I can shave this beard off and still look good, and I can get in really good shape and look better. I can look better, I think, but that's gonna eventually all will get old. Well, eventually I'll get old, but who gives a shit about that right now? We're young. We're young. We're young. I know a good friend who said he was young in his when he was older, much older. It's better to say we're young. I'm tired of feeling like some person who says I'm old. I'm 48 or something. I'm 48. I'm old. You don't have to you don't have to say you're old anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have to say you're old anymore if it makes you feel bad and is wrong. Unless God wants you to say you're old. You know, sometimes you have to pretend I'm old. Unless you're young, unless you're a kid or in your 20s. You might have to say you're old when some people may say they're old when they're in their 30s. This one guy thought he was old when he was 25 years old. He was 25 years old, and his bones, I'm too old now, because he was like drinking, Dr. Pepper or something as his main nourishment. And, that's going to hurt me later, probably. Because I made fun of somebody doing it. I'm not supposed to make fun of them because I said they're sipping on Dr. Pepper throughout the day. And then I said that before. And then it made me have this alcoholic beverage, and I wasn't paying attention. I kept having to sip it throughout the day. And I'm sipping on alcohol. And it made me feel sick. It made me feel sick. And I knew, okay, that was wrong to say that he was sipping on whatever it was. So I don't feel like it's appropriate to pretend that I'm sipping on alcohol, sipping on Dr. Pepper, or making fun of them. I don't feel it's appropriate to make fun of somebody for, saying they're in bad health or whatever. Like, oh, he probably sips on Dr. Pepper all day or something. Like, so I had to suffer for that after I said that about a person. So I don't know. This is like, had better get big. This had better get big. Somehow enough to where my bills are paid for the rest of my life. Or I have an income coming in for my videos for once, so I don't have to work at something that would make me want to die. Like putting my face in the fucking spider webs, like right there or something. Putting my face in those spider webs and having to keep working on it. And there's some like building material that I was afraid would kill me. And if I didn't do a really, really good job at learning about how to put this stuff, like I put all those windows in there, but that cost no money. That was just one thing. The house is so big, I haven't bought new windows for those yet. But I know how to do this stuff, and I had to do it no matter how I felt. And I added up the hours, and it was for 17 years that I worked on these homes with stuff like this, So I have some money, even though my films didn't make it yet. They didn't make it yet. They have not paid my bills ever. There's one time when I was seeing $2,000 a month from my films and videos and stuff. It didn't lasted a month or two. That's how little I've gotten. But Danica was making tons of money off of a video I came up with. That was my idea. She was making $10,000 a month or 20 or 30 just from one video. Literally, I think that was the Ronald McDonald video. Do the math on that. It has 63 million views. That's that could be up to, with the subscribers it brought in, maybe 200,000 subscribers on her channel, 63 million views, could be about $200,000. $200,000 for one video. That was her biggest video. So at one time when it was getting a bunch of hits, like a million every day or two or three, like a million views every 2 days. So when it got that big, if it's doing a million views every 2 days, that's 15 million a month. That could be $20,000 or $30,000 a month it was earning for just one video. $20,000 or $30,000 a month. My face looked like shit. So, you know, that's what she was getting from the video, and I was getting $2,000 a month from being the creator of it and stuff. But she had to, you know, I had to give her money. I had to give her money because we had kids together, and I think it paid child support up until she's 18. But it was my parents who really helped with money. But I literally had to work 17 years at that stuff back here, because where are my films and videos going to go besides on the internet? You know, there's no industry person out there. Like, why should I even go out besides me, who I know of, unless it's in LA? Like, who's down there? It's the valley, the Roanoke 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 Valley. Yay! It's good. It's pretty good. They don't all talk like Roanoke. There are many different ways people talk here, but they're pretty much the same. They speak English, and they're nice and have different kinds of people or whatever. I'm waiting for the Walgreens person to deliver the hair cutting thing to trim. See, look, all this hair in my legs. My legs. Malika, come on, let's go. That's kind of what it is here. There's all different kinds of people. There are all different kinds of people. It could be like it could be a rednecky person, but you know, I just listened to a radio station that said, country music from the 70s. Country music from the 70s, and I didn't like that stuff growing up. I thought it was, I didn't like it growing up. I thought I didn't like it because I thought they didn't like minorities, and we're still remember the Civil War and but now I listen to a country radio station from the 1970s, and it was really good. And there were some Hank songs, Hank Williams. There's some Hank Williams Sr., maybe even Hank Williams Jr. a little. I think Hank Williams Jr., yeah, he's the one I was listening to. And he was actually really good. It was really good. There's something about it that was like, it was cool to listen to. But then some of the songs came on, and I was like, what is that? And I had to turn it off. But some of his songs were really cool. And it was like, I guess it's here where I could go and be some famous person in the South, something like that. But, you know, it's not really the South here. It's the South in North Carolina, Tennessee, a little southern Virginia than Roanoke. But Roanoke is like, almost could be, you know, it's not really the North or the South or something. Hi. So I'm going to shave off my beard hair. I didn't feel like putting the hair dye in because I'm still thinking about, should I do it or not? Or am I supposed to leave it like regular color or something? So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I look pretty good. You know, it made me feel bad to keep looking bad. I wasn't really looking bad. It was just, you know, I've looked older. I've looked a little bit older. You know, and I was itching my eyes, which I finally put peppermint oil around, and that was from like some tiny dust mites that you can't see. You can't see them, and somehow it's making my eyes itch, and the entire happy birthday video I was itching my eyes a bunch, and somehow I the way I am as a human being associated feeling bad with looking bad, and difficulty in life and feeling not that good with gaining a little weight and looking worse. I thought that's how it was. But there were times when I got pretty heavy when Al was here. When Al was here, I was like, big. And my face looked really good looking back. Like I was able to look like really perfect when I did something like put makeup on or something, and it made my face look really good just a few years ago. So I know how to do that. It's about feeling better myself and not doing so much God's work that it's like, well, I look okay. I obviously look okay anyway, but it hasn't been getting enough views, and I want to look better and feel better and not want to die every day. For about 2 months, I wanted to die every day, sometimes many times a day. Usually get to the point where I'd cry in the day, or just so traumatic for 2 months while I was trying to go to Texas. 6 weeks of it was in Texas. And I did get to see them and the kids for like maybe 10 days. Maybe the most of it was 10 days or 5 days. Out of the 6 weeks, I had to stay there in hotels waiting for texting her all day so she'd finally say I could go to her house. Yeah. And it's okay. And also she, well, I don't know if there's, oh, here. Hello. Hi, thanks.
That's yours, isn't it?
Yeah, do you want to be on camera?
Not really.
You don't? Okay.
Why? Well, what are you doing on camera?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just doing the groceries.
Oh,
I'm looking at this stuff and.
Okay. Have a good one.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I'm filming, but I can't film that man. I can't film that man. He's just a regular guy. Man. Okay. He delivered the stuff. Not the stuff, Walgreens. I don't know why it's in 2 different colored bags. It's from Walgreens. Yeah. I don't have somebody deliver stuff or something. I wouldn't actually do that. I haven't shaved my body hair or shaved my face besides shaving he dropped off the order. I got this, so instead of just getting this, at least I have some detergent that I will use and this stuff that I will use. So I was really just getting it for this trimmers because mine got old and didn't work, and I didn't want to like work on it to put the oil in and do that stuff. And so I just got a new one because it actually started falling apart a little bit. It got some water in it. But I didn't try to work on that old clippers. I just got a new one. See, like the old one looks like a shit. I don't know why. I shouldn't say that. I don't know. Here's the old one. Look at it. Shit. It's rusty. I didn't want to keep working. I had this. I tried to mess with it a little bit. I just didn't want to do it. So I got a new one. Well, looking like a shit. That's how bad I was. When the COVID-19 first happened, I made jokes. I said to my friend, because it was like Spain and it wasn't here yet, and I said, look like a shit. Because I thought their faces looked bad, and they thought they looked bad, but then I had to get sick a couple different times and feel pretty sick and not that great, but I never got COVID-19. I think I never got COVID-19. I never got a test. I never got a test for it, so I don't know. I probably never got it. I probably never got COVID-19. It had different symptoms, but I thought I did, so I made a video on it. And now I made it so nobody can see. I'd like to lose more body fat. I'd like to actually lose more body fat. Because for most of the past few years, my body fat hasn't looked at, but it looks okay enough, right? But then why are people not clicking on me? You have to see how there are these videos that people do that get really a bunch of views. That do get really a bunch of views. That guy, that man that was outside. I like that. I actually like country music. I was listening to it this morning. This stuff doesn't mean anything. There could be like, oops. There could be like, wow, haircutting combo, $20, $25. Better feature it in the entire video. make an entire video around that you spent $28 or $30 in Taser. See what Taser's doing. See what Taser. The turtle. She sent me this video of a turtle. Taser. She's actually
interesting. He has red eyes and an orange face.
I don't want to hear it. I want my wife and kids, whoever my wife is, unless she's not my wife, unless I meet a new wife. I don't want to be around my kids, but Tay's okay. It feels like, what's the use? So I thought I'd try to meet a wife. Because Danica kept saying mean stuff a little bit. There's my Facebook picture or whatever it's called. That's when I dyed my hair blonde and I shaved the sides a little bit. Like, it was something that was like just a haircut. So I got the clippers. I don't know if I'm too tired to. I don't know if I even care because I already took a shower. And I look pretty good. Hi. My eye looked like a shed right there. I'm trying to get this, like, if I could actually shave my face, it'd probably look way better. Gay man. No. Straight man. I'm actually straight. I'm actually straight. He's a straight man, the person who walked up, who talked like this. Me, shaving my hair off. This guy, he's all smiles all the time. No, he's all smiles all the time. No. This guy met a new wife and he's all happy. He's actually okay. I guess he's okay. I don't know. I don't know why he got a divorce. If she cheated on him, maybe it wasn't his fault. In the Bible, it says why God hates divorce. It says that God hates divorce. But because of the inherent sin on earth, there are some times when it may be okay. This guy plays drums. He has like money from somewhere. I don't know where, because he played in like this New York Philharmonic or something doing percussion. This guy, and he's like, I think he's in his 60s, but he takes his shirt off. I think or he had a shirt like I wear, and you can tell he's strong and works out, but he's in his 60s and he plays drums. Mike Tirana. He's good. He's good. He has a style that's more new with the there are these things called doubles and triples where you like play it twice with each hand, you go and like stuff like that. He does the really fast stuff, but I do it in a literal way. I play this hand one time and this hand one time, and I can do it really fast, like or something. Like I can, it's a little bit different because I don't do doubles and triples, but I can do pretty much anything else almost. I thought when I was younger on the drums, I thought I could actually do anything besides some of the new double bass stuff and doubles and triples. I thought I was that good, but that's not how good I really am. I'm good, but I'm not like, I don't know. He has a different style than me in that he does more doubles and triples and double bass. And that's the only thing that I didn't get into as much. But I'm a really good drummer, and that's like kind of the newer style that people like drummers do that. But every artist is different in the way in the strengths and weaknesses they have, and that's the way I play drums, and that's the way he plays drums. And maybe I could learn that stuff, but I don't really care, and I don't. There are more important things like being there for the kids and loved ones. And I feel alone right now, and I don't know who I'd be with. He had no shirt on the whole time. I'm going to see if he stands up or just he noticed he looked okay from that angle, so he filmed himself with no shirt on and no socks. He's like 62 or 58 or 60. No, he's old. He looks old. He looks like 68. He looks like he's in athletic 60s. Like he's in his 60s, but he's athletic. But like he looks kind of older. He looks like Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard. His name. He looks exactly almost like Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard. It's that how kind I've been. I'm acting like, oh, he's still. He looks like Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard with a good body. With an athletic body. It's almost verbatim of what he looks like. Like, see, here he is. Uncle Jesse. Actually, literally, his face looks like Uncle Jesse. His face looks just like Uncle Jesse. And he has an athletic body. That is so weird. He's not just like Uncle Jesse. He has his own personality and stuff. He's a different person, but he looks similar to Uncle Jesse or whatever. Is not, I don't know, but his face looks like Uncle Jesse, and with an athletic body or something. And he plays drums. He's really good at drums, and he has money from somewhere, and I don't know how he earned it because he can't monetize these videos of Ozzy Osbourne unless that's a karaoke track, and he just now started getting the rights to someone who wrote the music, who he gives him $20 or $40, something like that, and then he can use every song and have the rights to it. Because he used to not have the rights to any of this. He just played drums to a big famous song, and he didn't monetize. It was as far as I know. So he wasn't making any money at this. I think, but now he is. I think now he is. I don't know. I'd have to look more, but he made a bunch of money at something else because his houses where he lives are like and really good. He always has it. This is a different drum set that he's playing. He has like many drum sets that are like a $10,000 drum set or $4,000 drum set. So he has money from somewhere, but he's not making money at videos, and he's old. He's old. He looks just like Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard or whatever, but a little different. He's his own original self, and he has an athletic body. He's like in really good shape, but he's He's not that old. I feel bad. I feel bad that I said, but see, notice in the background is a huge painting. Looks like an original. Just that painting that. The places where he lives look expensive, like in his older videos. Like he has an actual. Look at that. It looks like a movie set. Is that in his house? Is that a studio he gets to film in? He has money. I think it's in his house. I think. Unless it's on a stage. But he had the money to pay them to let him put that stuff in the background, so he makes money at something, and I don't know where he gets his money from. And he does doubles, and those are doubles and triples. He does them really well. And this is all he does is play drums on here and sing. Sometimes he sings and stuff. I don't know. That's what he does. He plays drums. He has less views than I do for all his videos online. He has less views than well, on his personal channel, he only has 16 million views. I have 11 million, and I have 100 million on my other videos. But he's some guy, I don't know how he makes his money. I guess he plays maybe with the New York Philharmonic. But I don't think they pay him that much, like maybe $100,000 a year. Maybe that's how he made his money. I don't know, but he's not making money at videos. If he did, that's actually something cool that he got to do for a living. Even though I would not want to go out there every day at something like that unless I felt like it. I like film acting and being at home and doing God's work when I have to, and maybe fun stuff if there's something fun to do. The other stuff, if it's something I like and actually fun, but usually I'm at home. So I don't know, but for 6 weeks I was out there every day. This is my stupid channel, my good channel, whatever it is. I don't know if I feel like shaving my beard because I already took a shower and really clean and everything, so I'm probably just not going to do it. I'm probably going to change the title of the video. I don't know. I already said it, and I'm intending to, so I may as well. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like getting all that hair, shaving it off and all that. I'm just gonna leave it how I am now. I just took a shower and I feel clean. Everything's okay. Why would I have to do all that? And so and then put bleach. I might put bleach in my hair. Because I don't know. I'll just leave it like it is or whatever. Who cares? Let it go. I'm not going to put bleach in my hair. It might be wrong. So I won't do it. I can't put the effort into trying to stand up for my hair as much. I have to leave it up to somebody else, to leave it up to God, I think, or somebody else. I don't know who, like an angel or somebody. I can't put as much effort into trying to make my hair. I can't put as much intent with my soul and heart into trying to make my hair look that much better. I can't put my heart into that as much because I know it's a little bit wrong. So I've had to leave that up to God, or maybe an angel or something like that. It's up to God. It's not up to a random person, I hope. But it's up to God. How my hair looks sometimes. I just keep working at it, trying to make it look okay enough. It makes me feel bad, and it was so difficult with all I had to go through that I was so depressed every day for many years. And I'm done with it. That's why I said I'll just look at some young women or whatever, and maybe marry one who looks that good or something. I just couldn't take it anymore. Mean things, and I started thinking maybe I'll be with a young woman or a young looking woman who I'm attracted to actually shows me more love. Who actually shows me more love. That's the main thing. That's the most important thing. So I might meet somebody a little older. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see how they'd be that special because God chose my first wife, or Danica, and I guess we're still married. I don't know. So it's hard to choose a wife if God doesn't want you to, or if God does want me to. It's hard finding a person who I haven't had that love that I used to have, that I felt from others. But I have love. I have love from God and Jesus. I feel actually I have a bunch of love. But it hasn't been for my wife and kids at home. And that's pretty much how I give them the most attention, way more than everyone else besides God, besides God, or everyone else. Besides, God is always there. God's inherently always there, and He knows everything at all times. He knows every detail of everything that's happening at any time. It happened in the past or in the future, and all of it, and all the past, present, and future. And He's everywhere at all times. He's the most good, beautiful one ever. He's God, and He doesn't hurt people. He's not mean. He's not mean. He's everything that's good. The devil is the cause of of people going to hell. The sin that the devil caused hurts our bodies and causes us to die. And eventually it'll cause people to burn in hell. And the devil will burn in hell because it has to be burned up and destroyed, all that meanness and sin that the devil came up with to try to be better than God. He tried to hurt God to be number one. He tried to hurt others to get more. And that's what the devil's all about. And he's very selfish too. He's awful. And I don't know much about him, and you're not supposed to know him that well or know him at all. You're not supposed to know him at all. Don't even think about the devil. Think about God, who's everywhere at all times. God, who's everywhere at all times, who's infinitely more powerful and beautiful than the devil. So everything's okay. So I don't know. This is the first time I'm not really doing much besides filming a live video. Looks like nobody's listening because of how kind and Jesus-like I humbly and meagerly was not very kind to myself, which is why I probably finally looked at these pictures of these girls, these women on Tinder or whatever, and made a video on it. They all look pretty good, and there are some bigger women who look good too for others, not me, but I'd like to only be attracted to my wife, whoever that is. She's been so mean, Danica. So I don't know if I can show you this stuff. After all that, she wanted to go some, I can't even say. She wanted to do other, I don't know. Thought about being with her. Maybe I'd find a wife or something since she was so mean. But I might not find any wife. I don't know. But I could show you some of our mess. Yeah, that's what she said. Why do you feel this way? About your dad. Something that happened a long time ago, but they're getting along better now. He told her to live in a trailer park because she was so poor because she's getting tons of money from him. He's helping her pay her bills because she's not earning enough on YouTube these days. She's getting 5 million hits a month, but it's not enough to pay all her bills or something. So her dad gives her more money. I said, Danica, I may have to die or be a family with you and the kids. And she said, but you don't even visit. She said, I may have to die too because I hate my life. My dad wants to make me lose my house and take the boys and raise them himself. And now he has them in Woodville and he's really mean to me, she said. And I said, why? Or something like that. And she said, because he was telling me to live in a trailer park because I was so poor. But she's not poor. And I said, why not just be with me and I'll take my medicine? And I didn't send that. I said, sorry, he was mean. It felt wrong to say that. I'll delete it. About her dad. I don't know, because, this is in a public for everyone to see, so I don't want to. And she said here she only wants to be with Chad. That's this other tow truck driver, random guy that she conceived the baby with, who she hasn't seen for 2 years. And I asked her again and again. I spent 6 weeks in Texas suffering, had to be hospitalized for 2.5 weeks. Some of it was beautiful and good when I got to actually be with them, around them, when I get to actually be with Danica and the kids, like bowling, the iPhone store. We only spent $100 and got a new iPhone, $114 and got a new iPhone. We went to the yogurt place, all these different places, kind of. And then after all that, and I had to be hospitalized there. I was trying to show them about God and Jesus so much, and she wouldn't let me at her house, and she got angry. And because I felt I didn't get enough sleep there, because I was trying to preach to them the gospel, not in a good way. Well, of course, in a kind, good way. Jesus, kindness to others. And I was trying to tell them about God and Jesus, but you might not really know what really happened to people watching. Oh, I said all this mean shit after she said I only want to be with Chad. I said all this mean shit. Stuff. Because who would want to hear that from your actual wife after, she's probably been with more people than I've been with women. She's been with men. She's been with more men than I've been with women in her entire life. It's still not enough to forgive me for the time I messed up, because it's a divorce where people thought I was just get a divorce. It's stupid. I don't like it. I don't like the divorce. We wouldn't have been with any other people. We wouldn't have been with any other people if we stayed together. There may have been one mess up that she did, maybe that'd be it. Or none. When you just stay together, you don't think about wanting to maybe break up, or think about because that should not be an option. It's a last resort. You have to try with all you have. You put all your effort into it. And I don't want to think about it too much. So I started filming a video and was hoping to finally make enough money at my channel. So that kind of sums up what our messages are about. But that was when I read that message, in the beginning of the one I just told you, or didn't tell you. I don't know who says that. I told you. Who says that? I told you to do it. Who says? Why did you feel this way? Oh, this is about her dad. Well, that was nice. But then after all that, went there for 6 weeks after these messages here. After these messages here, I went there for 6 weeks, and she said some weird, crazy ass thing. And then I got angry and didn't say anything back. Not angry, sad, miss them. I don't know what else to do about it. I don't want to kill myself every day. I don't want to get. For about 2 months just now, it was not easy. Every day was not easy. I was very kind. I was very kind and Jesus-like and good. I still had to be put in a hospital for 2.5 weeks. So I got tired of feeling bad, and she still didn't want to be with me. I didn't get my family back. I went there for 6 weeks, faced one fear after another, did my best to be kind and good and be a good father and try to get her back too. And instead she got angry at me. I don't know why. I was so kind and godly and good, more than I've been all year. It made it for the entire year or 3 years, something like that. I was so kind. I don't know. But I have to be more kind now, and even more kind than that when I go back to, I may, or, in heaven I will. So I know it's literal, impossible, and I may have to be even more kind than that and go through more difficulty shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to think about it. I want it to look good again. Feel good. Be with a wife. But I don't know, because I'm kind of like this guy. He's one of my friends in film school. This guy, Coin Op TV. He has a pretty big channel. Now his views are not doing as well. But it got like hundreds of millions of views, and he may have 1 million subscribers. But he was friends with me and Danica, and we met at a film festival. This guy, Robert, he's one of my friends, but he's single, and he used to put attractive young women in his videos, in his gaming videos. And so I don't know if he's going to get married or what. I could talk to that guy and I don't want to think about it too much. He has this Coin Op TV. And he's one of our friends, but he's just he's a man. And I was just gonna show you him. He only has 128,000 subscribers, but he has tons of views. He has almost 100 million views on his own channel. He has 94 million views. I thought he had like 700 million views. Gosh, it got smaller than I thought. Time went by, and and his new views are not getting as much, but he made some money on that. He may have made $200,000 or something. I don't know. And he must do another job. Because once you pay taxes on that. And so he's like, he's one of my friends. I haven't talked to him in a long time. When he started getting really big, I don't talk anymore. It used to be big, like back 5 years. The channel was really big back then, but I think it's lost a little bit of subscribers. I can look him up now. His new videos are getting like the same views that I'm getting on my channel. But he went bigger. Well, I have about the same views as him. My Ronald McDonald video on her channel, and some of the few million hit videos and 100,000 hit videos on her channel that I have, or the 30 of them or something. Or I don't know how many. And so with the famous stuff, but he only has one short film. I have 3 feature films. I have 40 music videos or 40 something music videos, which are in the feature films. Many of them. Um, Short films, award-winning short films. He had like one short film that went to the festivals. He went to the festivals, and it wasn't that big of a festival that we were at. You know, it wasn't Sundance, it wasn't Cannes, it wasn't one of those best cool ones like Sundance. But that's where we went to our honeymoon. Me and Danica went to our honeymoon at the Sundance Film Festival, and also my film got into Trauma Dance. We went for our honeymoon there, and my film played at Trauma Dance. But it was on TV condo there. So Park City, Utah, in Park City, Utah, right where Sundance is. It was a real condo there. It must have been kind of expensive. And it was during, when Robert Redford's there, the big film festival, for the biggest one America has, I think. Yeah, that and Tribeca. I think there's some other ones, but Sundance is the one everybody knows about. It's like the coolest, best one. So we went there for our honeymoon, and my film got into one of the film festivals there. It wasn't Sundance; it was Trauma Dance. My film got into Trauma Dance, and that was our honeymoon, and or whatever it's called. And then I don't know. I don't know if I should have shown these young women on here or what. Like out of nowhere, I just thought it was like really attractive. That looks a little too young. I should have taken this picture out with the way she's doing that in an innocent way. I should have taken that out and just put this one because this looks like she actually wants to have sex and stuff. If she was somebody else, if she was playing a role in a movie, but she doesn't. I better take this, but you can't tell that by looking. You can't tell. You can't tell that by looking at. You can't tell that by looking at somebody. It looks like a picture from the 1970s. One of those teen girls with the high socks and the shorts on, and or a skirt or something that it was like it's like looks like one of those girls from the 70s, like like some could have been a movie back then or a picture of some I don't know more professional looking picture of somebody, but it doesn't look like she wants to have sex. I was making a joke on Howard Stern, but the way she's biting her tongue there looks totally different from the childlike, innocent way that her tongue is sticking out there like a child, like not sexual looking at all. And it's probably not from her. She's not doing anything sexual, but it looks almost like something more like almost not lustful, but like looks attractive, like in a almost way that she's like she's not as innocent as a child, and she's already. I hope that person is an adult. I hope that person is adult because she's even if she's 18, in God's eyes, that's a child. Unless you're 20 years old, for children, if they're 18 or 19, that's a child. A 20-year-old know that, and some of these women I put on there who are like, I don't even know what, I don't even think that looks that good, personally, for like in a sex way. So that's good. I mean, but it's okay. It's just like this girl I think looks better. She works really hard at working out. This girl looks better to me, I think. But that girl looks pretty good too. She looks good too. It's just you know I this is supposed to be the hottest girls of Tinder. Why did I do a video like this out of nowhere? I haven't done a video that showed the body of a female. I haven't showed the body. No, I haven't done a video like this in 7 years. I think 7 years that I haven't done a video like this showing female physical beauty. Physical beauty, which is not the same as a soul being beautiful and a person being kind in a godly, beautiful way. But and this girl looks good too, but she's like so skinny. I don't know how they eat that little, but I can lift tons of weights and like look, good enough to be with somebody who looks really good and eat less food. And then, you don't have to be skinny or you can be bigger. I don't know, but I think I can. This doesn't bother me that they're so skinny. It doesn't make me feel like, oh, I'm fat or something like that. It doesn't. It doesn't bother me that they're so skinny. To me, what's most if there's a girl who's big and had strong legs and strong arms, but big, so it's not, you don't see that gross manly definition or something, but she lifts some weights and is kind of a little bit bigger, but with beautiful soft skin and attractive to me. I like the way it looks. If they're bigger or smaller, it doesn't make a difference to me. But for some reason, the girls in this video happen to be small. I think. Dude, I think they just happen to be small for some reason. But usually, whoever my wife is, I'd like to look at her as the most beautiful. But then, of course, I pretend that she looked as good as this girl. Like sometimes when we were together, but I don't know. I can't say that now. But look how good this person looks. That's how. That's how I want my wife to look and feel. And if she doesn't, and she looks close, I want to pretend that she looks that way while we're together. But that could be somebody in their 40s, I guess. But I just couldn't take it anymore. It was like I didn't want to kill myself every day. So I said, maybe I'll find somebody who really looks this way and be with them or something. But that's a small body. That's like a physically small body. This person. It looks like she weighs between 80 and 128 pounds. 80 and 128 pounds, this person. So to me, that's the same as somebody who weighs 200 pounds, 200 pounds or 200, maybe 220 or something like that, but actually works out with weights, eats the right kind of food, doesn't eat shit food. It doesn't make me feel good to have that food around home. I couldn't have all that shitty food in my house. It can kill the body, I think. When they have a big torso and they have weak legs and weak arms, those, like, I'm not attracted to that as much unless um, unless there's something beautiful and good about it. Then of course I'm attracted to it, no matter what it looks like. If there's beauty of God and Jesus and why they look that way, then as long as, and also I have to be physically attracted to her in some way. I think to actually want to be intimate that much. And I like being intimate way more. And so I had to suffer 10 years with no one. But this girl actually looks really good. I mean, she's probably shown a little too much to show her backside or whatever. Backside. I didn't show her backside. But that's pretty much how, like, I would never film a porn or any of that stuff. It's too sleazy. It's too much for me. For me personally, I can't do it. It was too creepy. But this really does show their bodies a bunch. This girl looks like, happen to look good because she's young. She's really young. This girl looks more like she spent effort on her physique and looks. It looks that way, and looks like she spent more time and effort on her appearance. I know why. Than this person. Then this person, you look like, well, she just happened to be really young, so that's why she was able to pull off looking that really good. And she had very good looks. she has very good looks, but it looks like she tried hard this day that she was doing the photo shoot, but it looks like to me like she's not, but I can't tell. So I'll probably have to delete this video. See, because I really can't tell because I can't judge how the person is because I don't know who they are besides what they wrote on their page. I don't know who this other person is. I don't know if she's into her appearance as much or not. You know, I can't tell what this person is like. I can just see a picture of her. But this one looks more like, I don't know. It's like you can't judge them based on the way, or you can't assume that they're a particular way that they act in real life when you can only see pictures of them. You can't assume that they're a particular way when you haven't met them in real life. You don't know if it's good or bad or what unless you kind of talk to them more and know they're kind of good. But so I don't know. They might be a good person, might not. What is that? Her picture. This is not. I haven't shown girls in my videos for like 7 years, pretty much. There used to be some girls who I knew in real life in some of my videos, and I took them out of my videos, I think. Besides, there's some older videos that I have that are just, I don't know. Crazy animal. But that was never really sexual. That was like I filmed girls with their tops off in my movie, in 1 or 2 of my movies. There's a little bit of showing them with their tops off, but now that I found God and Jesus more than ever, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't show that. I wouldn't want to show nudity, but look what I'm actually showing here with this video. But, this is on the dating site or whatever. This girl looks like a CGI fake person almost. That's pretty amazing. This motivated me to want to look like a male CGI fake person. And here she looks almost a little bit Asian. She looks like a fake person. She is so really good at looking like physically beautiful. Yeah, it's like, look, how could that, can you imagine that's real? Just this girl, Patty. Patty. Or however she says her name. I don't know what this person's like. She's very into her appearance. She's good at it too. So you don't know if she's good or bad, but look. Have you ever seen anyone that, well, that's kind of creepy. She's a girl. She's not a child. She's a woman. She's actually a woman. She's a woman. I don't know if you'd call her a girl or not, but I don't know how she got that. Motivated me to want to have really good looks. Not necessarily talk to her or be with her and as a not be with any of them as a boyfriend. I'm not saying any of that stuff, but like Patty, but just the way they looked, the way they look. This one, very much into her appearance. She's good at looking really good. I think now she's gained a little weight. Now she looks a little older. She's like a year or 2 older from when I actually happened to take those screenshots on Tinder one time, and then just went past them. But I added her on Instagram. But she has good looks, and it motivated me to it's like almost like a CGI person. This girl, it's like almost like not this woman. It's like almost like doesn't look real. It's so good looking that let her face, like it's like a little more Anglo Bjork, and Bjork had really, really good looks, and it's like this person looks pretty good, but she's not that Anglo, but she can pull off wearing country boots. So I don't know. But I don't like her. I'm just commenting on her appearance. And it didn't make me have any love for her in a lustful way at all, or think about her in a sexual way. It just made me notice her appearance. I don't know. I don't like that one as much. That's almost a little too crazy. That I don't know, but it doesn't look like her. I think she had darker hair and is more like made herself look better by making it blonde or something. But she looks like a CGI character. Here's another one where it's just this person. I don't know why. So it made me want to look that cool looking, that good looking, like no body hair on my body, but in really good shape, smooth skin, and really defined abs, really in good shape body, to where and skin that's undamaged by the sun, still looks young and good enough to where it's like really amazing and looks like a CGI character. But some people pull off getting tons of sun, but I don't like it. Some people look good even though they get tons of sun, but I don't like it. It's so gross. This is a girl. This is not a. How do I get out of here? Hey, I didn't do anything wrong. My wife's 34, 32. Yeah, I'm 34. I'm 34. My wife's 32. Yeah, his wife's 32. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, don't make fun of my beard. I'm a professional all-star. I'm a professional, maybe he is an all-star. I'm a professional ball player. Yep. Yeah, but it's my son. There's my sons. No. They're not that old. My sons are 16. Those guys are like 42 or 38 or something. Who's this person? That's my son. Those are my sons. I'm not going to be bald I'm not going to look that way when I'm that age. I probably wouldn't be bald unless something went wrong. But he's more a white guy looking like my grandfather, and I'm not like my grandfather as much. But I'm kind of like, I'm kind of like my grandfather, but not that much. I'd be more like, I look more like somebody like this kid on the side or something. He might not be a kid. This guy might be 42 years old. This guy might not be a kid. He might be 42. Or he might be 18 or something. Who knows? A person. Why is she doing that? This is just on regular social media. This is on Cabby's. This guy Cabby, that guy. He got pretty famous on social media. Cabby. The girl looks really good. He got in her video. Want to be friends? No. Now I'm gonna die. She's too young. My kids are wondering why is he trying to feel good again, or in a way that I look good, and the things that I like to do. They're maybe a little selfish. Maybe a little selfish. Maybe a little selfish. Which would be like actually have a wife, actually have a wife who shows me love. Who shows me love. Jack Black. He has a wife he comes home to. Why would he want anyone else in that sexual way? Besides, you have people in your life in a non-sexual way, but he has a wife. He doesn't even have to worry about any of that. It's like so normal for him. He has his wife and kids. How could he ever have to suffer that much usually in his daily life? He doesn't. He does. He's cool, man. He's cool. He got a beard. He doesn't have to suffer that much. And maybe he does. No, maybe he does. Maybe Jack Black suffers. He's a human being too. Sometimes we suffer. Maybe that kid suffers. Oh, he's in a wheelchair or assisted something. I don't know. It's a wheelchair. There's a baby. He's in a wheelchair talking to Jack Black. Yeah, the Old Testament. The wrecking on the stone. He's pretty good. I hope he finds Jesus way more than ever. I used to listen to his music, Tenacious D. I thought it was so funny and good. But it had a devil. It had the devil. It had a devil right on the album cover that they're supposed to like do a rock off against or whatever. The devil went down to Georgia or something. He saw that when he was a kid, so he put the devil on his album cover like he was playing against the devil. But it has the literal devil, a depiction of the devil, and almost a graven image. It's not as good. But if he knew about, but it may not be. It may just be his innocent way of doing. He doesn't know enough about Jesus, maybe. But he's pretty good. But maybe he does know enough about Jesus. Maybe he knows enough about Jesus. He's young. He's kind of. He could shave his beard and look a little better. I don't know. Jack Black. He's like a big movie. He's a big movie star. Here's that other young person in his video. Young woman. Yeah, she said, "Oh my gosh." It sounded like there's a shirt that said magic on it. That's the occult. That's the way to the lake of fire, burning in the lake of fire for all eternity. That's what magic is, kind of the occult, unless you look at it as the simple magic trick stuff that everybody knows. There's some real way they do it, and it's not like trying to conjure spirits or use the occult. There's some small way that the word magic can be okay. So it's a very small way compared to, you don't want it to be a cult. It could be misused if you use the word magic. So I try, because I'm so much into God and Jesus, I would like, these people don't know what that means. They may be Christian too, and they don't know enough about Jesus to know that, But that's for my own sins. I read a couple of his books. I had to tear them up and throw them in the garbage. Who wrote the book? Who came up with some idea to be selfish and mean to others? That's all that stuff is being selfish, standing up for themselves, and usually they're willing to hurt others for personal gain, and that's what that occult shit is usually, and it's wrong. It's not. I don't want to. Shit would be something good to call it if they end up in hell for doing that stuff, or if any of us end up in hell, or if I end up in hell for the sin I did. Who knows? God knows. We have a good feeling, though. It says in the Bible we have a good feeling if we're going to make it to heaven. So some of those non-believers may be less sinful than the believers. So
piece of the dead animal. Ugh. I don't feel like it. This guy eats meat. He's a doctor. And he, besides eating as much meat, he has really good advice in his videos. He usually doesn't have these athletic guys in his weight loss pictures where he helped people lose weight. He has more regular looking people like these people, like this person. Like this person who lost weight. That's her before, that's her after. And she looks okay. She doesn't look like. What is it doing? This one. See, this is a new picture he put of some guy that looks really athletic, but he was pretty heavy. He was heavier than I've ever been. So I can tell on his stomach he has a little bit of stretching to where his belly button looks like a little, you can see the skin, but he's in excellent shape. But I mean, some people don't worry about that stuff as much, but I'm aware that, you know, he has some loose skin right there because he got heavier. He got pretty heavy, but some people, you know, that might go away if he gets athletic enough. He does more like stomach exercises. It's a miracle his skin's not that loose and flabby from being that heavy. He got very heavy. That's heavier than I got. That is heavier. That's more body fat than I ever had. I can tell by looking at it. I've been very fortunate. I haven't gotten that fat. When I was a kid, they thought I was chunky. I was the second fattest. I was usually about the second fattest in any class or sports group that they made me take my shirt off and try to perform athletic feats when I looked the second worst. Or the worst shape. My body, I thought it was fat, and they called me fat. But I never got this heavy. That was like back when we were kids, and you know, it wasn't. I never met anyone that heavy as a child, who was this heavy when they were a child. He got pretty heavy, and then he got in very athletic shape. But you know, there's usually not anybody that good looking that he shows in his pictures. Like they're usually more flawed a little bit. His before and after pictures, even the after pictures are like, you know, they're not a super athlete or something, but they look like a regular person who lost a bunch of weight. They don't really do strength training. And they're not like a more regular people he shows on his page, and he talks about healthy eating and the best way to eat healthy. And so I watched this guy, but he's like, you know, that's the most athletic guy I've ever seen, I think, on his channel. This guy. And he looks like, you know, he's an athlete. He's an athlete, but it's just, that's not. I'm an athlete. I'm athletic, but I'm saying this stomach thing is not how my body is. The way he has loose skin right there in his stomach, because he got a little heavier than I ever. He got more heavy than I ever did. But I might get heavy. Who knows? It's not even that bad. He still looks like an athlete. Most people wouldn't notice the flaw on his belly button from, you know, and it's not as bad as some people have it. They might have way loose skin all around and stretch marks and stuff. There's this other guy who's I think the most famous athlete. He's the most famous fitness model or fitness person, or in the top 10 or 100. And he was heavy and worked in real estate or something like that. And then he made millions of dollars, I think, or at least $1 million. And then he made his work fitness and eating right and the science of it and stuff. He in particular got into the science of it. He's like he tried to take it to like a really, that's the way he does things. But there are, of course, people like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, who, you know, he's an actor and he reads and memorizes his lines, and he goes and promotes it in some way to make a bunch of money at it. And these are just people I will look at sometimes on social media when I'm not doing much besides sharing it with people out there. But here's that girl who looks like a CGI character. And I don't have any desire to try to write to her and meet her or anything like that. But her face looks like almost a little too, it's not almost a little too perfect, that's for sure. It looks like she hasn't gotten lipo or any of that stuff to sculpt her body. It looks like she hasn't done that. It looks like that's just how she looks. But she's in really good shape. You know, she works out probably, but she's so young they don't really have to work out as much. But there's something about her appearance. I think that she like looks really good. I don't know if she did to it or not. She, actually working out, not on plastic surgery stuff. You can't tell, but this person's really young. It looked like a CGI character, so I thought it would have been me to look like a CGI character. But I wasn't in particular thinking, oh, she's sexual in any way. I didn't think of this person as a sexual person in any way. But of course, she looks really good because she's, of course she has good looks. Looks almost a little too young, but I don't know. She happens to have, for some reason, I don't know why, but that's that person. She motivated me to like look really cool and in good shape again, because I felt pretty bad for a couple of years, a year or two.
Wishing you a happy early 75th birthday.
There's Bret Michaels from Poison.
I love you, my buddy. You've always been an inspiration.
He did a devil
Always
thing,
kicking ass.
but it's not the devil. It's heavy metal. It's heavy metal. It's heavy metal. I like it.
A brand new
No.
single called Back in the Day, a true road trip throwback. All right, nothing but the best. You rock our world, Sammy. Sammy, it is Bret Michaels wishing you a happy
birthday. I'm a country singer. Oh, I'm not. He's not. Hi, y'all. I'm a country singer, and what I like to do is I just pretend to talk deep voice, deep voice. This is how I really talk, like this. This is how I talk, country singer, man. And no, turn it down. But this is the most athletic person I saw on this guy's page, Dr. Eric Berg. Pauly Shore. His parents died. I don't know what he's like in person, but I've watched his video. I've met him in person. I haven't met him in person. I met him in person. I've talked to him once in person at a movie theater. He sat behind me with his mom, and he talked to me and Danica at the ArcLight movie theater in Los Angeles. It's like a little more expensive than a regular movie theater, so he goes to places like that. So then he doesn't get accosted or something, probably by if he just was, I don't know, he went there to he's a famous person, he can't go to the same places everybody else goes or something. So that's him. He started getting more views on his channel finally. And I guess he goes out and does stand-up comedy because his dad did it. His dad wanted him to do it. His dad is Sammy Shore. He passed away. I don't know who those people are. I don't know what they're like. that much. I've talked to him. I did talk to him once though in a movie theater. And I saw him walking around Los Angeles one time when I almost never went out at night. And the one night I did, he was walking around down there, and I didn't say hi. But in Texas, I saw there's this person who's like my dentist, and then I haven't gone back for a while. That looks scary. Why does it keep showing people? No, 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 no. That's these stupid videos here. Gotta get out of here. Stop talking to something different. Ugh. Well. What else did I do on here? No. Oh yeah. Danica. I sent her a message. And she is actually the woman who God had me as one flesh with her, or as one flesh, we're married or whatever. Said I can't find Ivan's phone and Miss Ivan, and I want to show him this video. He's better at art than this guy, and this guy's art video got 2.9 million views. That's a typo. I got sad about the baby. As it does this morning, even at 1:35, before at 4:53 a.m. All these ones I sent yesterday, October 12th, yesterday. I asked a priest what I should do about Danica. I got really worried. I sent her all these messages about this one worry. And then the priest said that the kids can't go to hell just because Danica may or may not believe in Jesus. I think she believes in Jesus. And so I was really worried, and I asked a priest, and I asked him all these questions. And so he said, even if she was a non-believer, and if we're not of the same flesh anymore, we are of the same flesh, does not mean that the kids would go to hell or be unclean, as Paul said it in the Bible. As Paul said it in the Bible, because he was a regular man, he sinned, and I think it was right, but I think it meant something different than the unclean we think of it as. And so I talked to this and the Bible stuff about Danica and the kids, and being there for them. And he says we're still married too. He also, because he knows the Bible well enough, so he said we're still married, but I can't be with her in an intimate way if she doesn't want to be with me. But there's already been, I don't know. So he said, don't worry about the kids. And that was like, it was finally okay. I didn't have to worry about, are they going to be okay? Am I going to raise them in the ways of the Lord enough to where they'll really be okay and really make it to heaven? I was so worried and doing so much God's work for me and everything. And he said it was okay. He said, he's somebody who doesn't enjoy physical pleasure as much. He's like one of those priests who suffers and offers his suffering to God to like atone for sins and all the stuff that a priest would do. So I wrote him, and he's a really good priest, and you can write to him on Ask a Priest. And it may be free or a donation. You're supposed to donate, I think. So I've got to donate or something. But I found him on there, and he's written me 2 or 3 times. He's a really good guy. I prayed for him to not have to suffer as much on earth and to make it to heaven, because I felt bad that he suffered. So I'm pretty good in real life. But his physical body, okay, and it's always what's important. It's about their soul. Are they kind to others on earth and make it to heaven? Of course, I want to finally feel okay too. It was so difficult for me how much God work I was doing that I could barely go on. Every day I wanted to die. I couldn't imagine having to continue trying to make this, for her and the kids. And I was, with this distance they created, and that well, I don't know. See creatures in my hair. Can't joke about that. It would turn into a tormented face. That's how appropriate it would be to sing that right now. Some song in one of my movies. Turn into like a terrifying, tormented face that if it continued, it could be in hell for all eternity. That's how scary it was. And doing God's work, it's not easy. It's a relentless effort. Like, you have to give your all that you have for it. And I didn't feel like wanting to die every day. It was so hard to do. And so I was like, I want to look better and have someone who shows me love in real life. Who shows me love in real life. And tells me those kind words and hugs me, and a woman who I'm in love with, who's my equal. He's watching his own video while he's filming it. That doesn't make any sense. He went outside. John went outside. The man brought food to the outside, and I didn't go out there at all. I think, unless I brought the groceries in. Where's that? I got the groceries from the man who delivered them from, not the groceries, the Walgreens. Because where are my films and videos going to go besides on the internet? There's no industry person out there. Like, why should I even go out besides me? And it was really good. And there were some Hank songs, Hank Williams. There's some right before the Hank man Williams Sr., maybe even Hank Williams Jr. a little. I think Hank Williams Jr. Yeah, he's the one I was listening to. And he was actually really good. It was really good. There's something about it that was like, it was cool to listen to. Some of the songs came on, and I was like, what is that? I had to turn it off. But some of his songs were really cool. And I was like, I guess it's here where I could go and be some famous person in the South. Something like that. But, it's not really the South here. It's the South in North Carolina, Tennessee, a little southern Virginia than Roanoke. But Roanoke is like, almost could be, it's not really the North or the South or something. Hi. So I'm going to shave off my beard hair. I didn't feel like putting the hair dye in because I'm still thinking about, should I do it or not? Or I'm supposed to leave it like regular color or something.
so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I look pretty good, you know. It made me feel bad to keep looking bad. I wasn't really looking bad. It was just, you know, I've looked older. I've looked a little bit older. You know, and I was itching my eyes, which I finally put peppermint oil around, and that was from like some tiny dust mites that you can't see. You can't see them. So I was making my eyes itch, and the entire happy birthday video, I was itching my eyes a bunch, and somehow I the way I am as a human being associated feeling bad with looking bad. Difficulty in life and feeling not that good with gaining a little weight and looking worse. I thought that's how it was, but there were times when I got pretty heavy when Al was here. I was like big. And my face looked really good looking back. Like I was able to look like really perfect when I did something like put makeup on or something, and it made my face look really good just a few years ago. So I know how to do that. It's about feeling better myself and not doing so much God's work that it's like, well, I look okay. I obviously look okay anyway, but it hasn't been getting enough views, and I want to look better and feel better and not want to die every day. For about 2 months, I wanted to die every day, sometimes many times.
You know, it's been many years of that. It hasn't been 2 months. It's been many years of wanting to die every day. It's so difficult to go on, but I didn't want to kill myself. I wouldn't have killed myself. So that's why I put up this video to actually feel good with someone showing me love in real life, who's a woman who I can finally be with and hug and be, you know, who loves me back. Instead of somebody who says, after all I went through in Texas for 6 weeks, wanting to die for 2 months, of course, probably every day for, it wasn't that good for a year and a half or two. For many years before that, it just, and so I want a woman who loves me, who I'm attracted to, who's in love with me. I want a woman who's in love with me. I'm in love with her, and she's who God wants for my wife. Who God wants to be my wife. Someone who I'm actually attracted to, and who feels good about my own self looking good. And instead of feeling bad, doing so much God's work, where every day I gave up many times a day, sometimes for hours I could barely go on, and then I'd feel a little bit better for about 40 seconds or something, and then many more hours of wanting to die many times. And then it would happen, I think sometimes it happened a third or fourth time, it was so bad. And that's how the day was. And what is that? So I thought I'd feel good finally that somebody would love me in person. And I love the baby, but if Danica's being mean to me after all that, and keeping the kids to herself a little bit, that's why I finally looked at this video of I made this video of these young women. But I love my kids, and if Danica keeps being really mean, I don't want to die from it. I want to keep living. See, the priest told me on here not to worry. I don't know if I can show. Yeah. Here's a part of the message I wanted to show. He said, your children can certainly reach heaven no matter what you and your wife do. Well, as a father, I'm still obligated to raise them in the ways of God and Jesus. And he told me I was still married too. He's not one person who thinks that. Anyone who understands the Bible enough and knows me and Danica well enough would say that we're supposed to be married. Who loves me and loves her in a small way, or doesn't know him, me or her, unless They met us, know who we are. They have to know who we are and know the Bible really well and really be a good, kind Christian person on their way to heaven, to know that we may still be married or may not. But I don't know, and I still don't know, but I think we're supposed to be married, but we may not because we've cheated. But we didn't know it was cheating. We thought we were divorced. We thought you just get a divorce and you can kill. But you can't get a divorce. We didn't know the Bible. We didn't know the Bible well enough. That's how people are when they're misled in their faith. They don't really understand well enough. They're trusting on their soul and faith. They're trusting on faith alone. They're trusting on faith alone without the Bible, and they're likely to mess up. Sometime they will mess up, almost for sure. And they may be really bad and make up their own stupid beliefs that are wrong. When you have the Bible and Jesus, mostly Jesus, not the Old Testament as much, but Jesus, the New Testament, then you know it's about kindness to others, forgiving others. And sometimes repenting when you know you did bad and feeling sorry for the bad that you did. And that's pretty much it. Kindness to others, forgiving others when they're mean to you, and repenting, feeling sorry for any bad stuff you did. And the bad stuff can also be sexual immorality, like fornication or lust. Those are bad. Those aren't kind to others to do. That somehow is bad to do. It has to be with somebody very special who you're in love with, who is your husband or wife, and that's who you're supposed to have sex with, and not anyone else. Hey. So, I may have to go to one of those dating sites. I have OkCupid too. Who's this person? It feels wrong about going on there, so I just won't go on there. But I don't get why Danica was so mean. After all I went through, she pretended that she likes a tow truck driver, and it keeps showing me one after another of these young women. There are many of them who she has her own YouTube channel. She has a very good body doing some yoga pose with barely any clothes, but she's like, attractive female or whatever. What is this? And she has a channel doing that. This is the first one I saw of somebody doing that. That's too much. That's too much. I wonder who this person is. 5.7 million. Oh wait, views. Wait, she only has 192,000 subscribers. That's like less views than I have, likely. But we'll see. She maybe has more. I wonder. No, she has 22 million views. Depends on when she started YouTube or what kind of videos she does. Many different factors to know how many views. Be able to guess about how many. It looks like she's one of these newer people whose videos can get very big, like each one with 1 million views. So that would mean she gets more views. They're like these newer people who are like young, good looking, or young enough for they're in their 30s. They look really young, like they could, and good, not just if they're in their 30s, they look young. Or they look very athletic and attractive, like really, really athletic and attractive and stuff. So that's how they get way more views. Like this, she uploaded a month ago, has 1.2 million views. I'm gonna guess how long she's had this channel, probably since 2018. Yeah, I didn't know. I had seen the same screen before, but I didn't look at it. But yeah, 2018. So I could have looked at that. But I didn't know when it was. But I'm guessing based on how many views she has, you can kind of tell she only had this a few years, this channel, and it already has 22 million views. That's pretty good. She's only had this a few years, like 3 or 4 years. She had a YouTube channel or more, a little bit more than 4. She has 22 million views. Now, I've been on YouTube. I've been doing films and videos and music since, but where are these people going to go? There are a few other ones that I saw like her. They have a bunch of views. This other girl who started a channel in 2018 also. She's a blonde. I may not have added her. Here's this guy. He's pretty funny. He talks like this. He sings. He sings. He sings these. He's like an emo person. Social repose. He gets tons of views, a bunch of views. He's like a new person. I'd guess he hasn't been on there very long. He has 1 million subscribers. I don't know how long he's been on there. I bet he only. I would guess he has less views than Danica. He probably has 200 million views. Okay, 239 million. Yeah, because Danica has 518 million views and less subscribers. See, often you see these people with 1 million or 2 million subscribers, like 1 million or 2 million subscribers, and they don't have as many views as Danica. They have more subscribers, but they usually have less views, unless they do something really amazing, somehow the video gets the videos get more views. But, and the people who make enough money at it pretty much this is making some money, but how long is that going to keep up? Unless you get into the billions of views, unless you get into the billions of views, it's not, 200 million views is okay. I've got about 100 million, but it's not all on my channel. And it wasn't for my best work. The videos I have that got the most views are not my best work. I spent years on one film, and then I spent 3 days on a video, or 1 day, or less than a day, and that's what all my biggest videos are. They didn't take much effort. Just happened to go big because I was working at the video so much. I had enough diversity and put in all the the video description, the accurate stuff. I tried to promote as best I could. I learned how to do it every way. When I was younger, I thought it was any way possible, but it wasn't that bad. But unless it was with Jesus. But I ended up with about 100 million views now. And it's not enough to pay my bills. You need like billions of views. And I'd rather have plenty of money. That's the problem. That's the other problem. The one problem is that my kids are in Texas, and I don't have a wife who loves me every day. That's the one problem. And the other problem is about 20% of the problem is that I've had to work at stuff that made me want to die. That was not my films and videos. Who's this person talking to you? Long hair. Who's this girl? That person looked nice. This person on the side is smiling. This person. I can imagine that somebody's watching the video laughing or something, but it could be anyone aged 18 to 60s or something. But I pictured it was like it was this lady on the right. But probably not 60s, probably younger than that. But it could have been some different person, but I don't know. Probably somebody in their 40s who's watching, listening in my thoughts of anybody, which I would never know if it's true or not unless somebody told me. And I'm guessing that was somebody in my stupid thoughts that are not true, maybe. I thought that this person was like somebody watching. This girl was listening to me talk, who's watching the video, who's a woman, and I imagine that was her watching right now. And she was listening in like she'd think it was funny, the things I was saying, and then, but it wasn't a sexual attraction at all. Just some person who might have been 40s, could maybe as old as 60s, who I thought was watching the video right now. And I thought that's who I imagined them to be. This person on the side, but maybe not a sexual at all. You know, just a person who's watching, who's acting like that lady. You know, not trying to be like, you know, her body's pretty much covered. It wasn't trying to act like it was Alice Cooper. Whoops. This guy's so funny. Look at this guy, so funny.
And after all the blood that you
Wait, no, that was stupid. That's kind of.
and after all the blood that you still owe, another doubtless shot blue. So fix your eyes and get up, better get up while you can.
Okay, he's good. About it. He's okay. He's just like eating a person. His hair is so big. That was my idea, to have huge blue hair like that. But he made it black before I ever got to do it. It's my idea. I was gonna have huge hair. Huge hair, bigger than anyone's hair, and long in the back, like very long. I pictured a little girl, but I was, you know, as a man, like this huge, really long hair that was like so big that was like, it was like blue hair, like so weird and different. And for some reason, he made. I'm trying to find his actual. I'm trying to find his actual hair. Like it looks like he has this huge hair. It's funny. It's funny to look at. And see, those cool. It's kind of cool that he really did. He really did that. No, he didn't. No, this is scary. This is there. I think that's his hair. That huge thing on his head, I think is his hair. I think it's his hair. I thought it was his hair, but now it looks like feathers. Like I thought it was like really. It's hair. It's like his hair. He's like acting. It's my hair. He looks scary. He has like a big jaw. That's the way he looks. He's like, he looks like my friend Brian Handley. It looks like my friend Brian Handley growing up, who in the 5th grade, in the 3rd grade, I had a crush on this girl. I had never had a crush on a girl, but I thought I loved her when I was in the 3rd grade. And he ended up going out with her, and in the 3rd grade, like I think they maybe actually kissed and stuff. I hadn't kissed anyone until I was like in high school, I think. I didn't even get to kiss anyone until I was in high school. And he did it in the 3rd grade and took the girl that I had a crush on. And I thought I was too fat, so I did all these sit-ups. But that didn't last long. I just did some sit-ups for like one time or something. and then that was it. I didn't work out or stuff like that. I think I did a bunch of sit-ups one time for like, I don't know how long, because I thought it'd make me look skinnier, and then she liked me. So I had a crush on some girl in I think it was the 3rd grade, and this guy who looked like him took the girl. His name is Brian Handley. And he was this kid I was friends with, I'd ride bikes with sometimes when I was a little older in the 5th grade, when I got to ride all the way to his neighborhood. That was a long time ago, though. I don't know what happened to that guy, Brian Handley. He looks like him. He looks like Brian Hanley. He has like a little bit bigger jaw, but it's like there's nothing he has to feel insecure about. It's just the way his face looks, and he's like, you know, it goes along with his singing style. So he has like 239 million views, but he hasn't done any movies, and he doesn't own this like huge house. I actually have a huge house compared to all these people. It's really weird. Like all these kind of these famous people I've been noticing and how they make a living at it, and they don't have a huge house like I do. The beautiful house that I worked on all these years. And I'm usually a little bit older than these kind of famous people who are like just getting famous. Well, there's that older guy who's in his 60s or something. He was like in good shape or whatever. But there's Matt Damon. He's really famous. He is really, really famous. Maybe I'd get along with him and be in a movie with him. Because if I go to LA, I can actually be in movies instead of all the internet stuff. Those people would be good to live maybe in LA and get a chance at the big budget movies they could act in. Maybe. I don't know. They're probably better in their towns. They're probably better in where or their cities that they live in. I guess. I don't know. I guess they can do it from anywhere, kind of, with the internet. Here's my Instagram page. Here's these videos. Here's Tim and Mishka. They're the only people I've talked to in a few days. Besides the delivery people. The delivery people. I think. And I text people and talk to them on the phone. But I've only talked to people who deliver my groceries and stuff like that. I think I got groceries twice. That day I got groceries when I was here with Michigan Tim. And this was since then, since I saw Michigan Tim that day and filmed them, I've only talked to one or two grocery delivery people. Like those delivery people. I haven't talked to anyone else in person. It's been many days since I put this video. Well, 3 days ago. I've been out here by myself. And for many years of it, it's actually been many years of it that I've been by myself in the woods. Or with Al here. But I did go to LA like 6 times or 3 or 4 or 5 times. And I did go to Texas 9 times, but 2 times I didn't make it. So I was mostly by myself, and I hardly ever go out there that much. I try to not go out there that much. What am I? Oh, shit. These numbers are pretty low. These numbers are not that good. It's about the lowest it's ever been for my channel right now. You know, just going on a computer and knowing how to do film and video and stuff, I made about that much, or got as many views as that before it was monetized in 2005. Because you can promote it to where each video would get like thousands of views at least. Like every few weeks if you put one up, or and then you're adding friends a bunch. It was back in the MySpace days, and I had like one account with like 9 or 10,000 friends, another one with like 8,000 or 10,000 friends, another one with 14,000. And I helped promote Danica's a little bit, and she got pretty famous, but she wasn't really famous on MySpace, but she was friends with Fred. Fred had her as a top friend. He just kept her there as the top friend. He's this new guy who's on. I guess he's not really that popular. Fred. Internet guy. Here he is. Here's Fred. He put her on his top friends. I don't know why. He didn't notice in real life. I made some music videos that I produced and we wrote and stuff. And then after that, it was like, it wasn't getting big enough. And then finally she got famous enough on YouTube for a while, but we got to make it to heaven. Yeah. She dude. So I don't feel like shaving my face because I already took a shower and I'm clean everywhere. Like I feel my arms feel clean. It doesn't look like they look bad. It doesn't look like there's too much hair on them or something. Like, so why shave off all my body hair and try to make my hair, well, I might make my hair blonde because I want to put dye or something in it. Oh, this is that Def Leppard guy that got in shape later. Like he got, this is that Def Leppard guy that got in shape like about 10 years ago. Is he still in shape? Def Leppard guy. There's a Def Leppard. There's the guy. He's still in okay shape. This is 2 years ago. Double day. Here's skinny, strong, athletic. I'm athletic and strong. He's like 62 or 58. I went on Facebook too. That's another. I started a Facebook page for myself. I put her and the kids there, my mom at the top. Film my house and really show the new friends on there what I've been up to. There's Jeremy Ambler. I don't even know who a couple of these people are, but I know my uncle, Peter Martin. He's my uncle. He's my mom's brother. I know Jeremy Ambler. He's my uncle. I care about him. I want him to be okay. He's my friend Chris. My friend Jimmy. Scott Patterson. My mom's on there. She doesn't have any pictures. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully she'll... Today's like taking it easy day. to say. You're gonna live in this what, so everything's better. More love in my soul and body. See? Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I gotta vacuum that rug. It's gotten a little messy. Oh, I didn't know the doors are open. It's gotten messy a little. I can clean it up pretty quick. There's a little. Looks like he's about to die. Wait, I'm gonna throw him in the grass. Okay. No. That's pretty. Oh, that's. Whoa. I better. This is, this is a really good house for him. We can all live here. I don't know why she doesn't want to live here, but or she can live nearby if she really doesn't even want to see where I live. Makes no sense. Getting the entire house ready. This looks really messy. Look how messy it got. I gotta do the dishes. Feel sleepy. Feel sleepy. Feel sleepy. You get your hair cut and you go. You get your hair cut and it feels sleepy to you. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. That's the man who made fun of him. That's the man who made fun of him. Feel sleepy in here. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn this off. Not the phone. But I'm not gonna turn it off yet. Closing that in case anyone can hear me. Now they can't. And I'm only in a video and it's a little messy there. I'm gonna turn some heat on. I have that baseboard electric and a heat pump and many different kinds of heat in the house. 3 big stoves. They're all working, of course. And what am I gonna do? I guess I'll just go. Well, I'm gonna go. Okay, this is John Birmingham. I decided not to bleach my hair and not to shave my body hair because I took a shower and I feel pretty good. Okay, bye. I love you, Rowan, Ivan, Ayla. I love you, Danica. I love you, my parents. I love my family and friends. And most of all, I love God and Jesus. I love God and Jesus. Dear God and Jesus, be with us on earth to do your work. In Jesus' name, amen. Dear God, how can we not suffer so much that it feels so unimaginably or difficult to imagine how difficult it really is to go on living every day? Is there some way we can feel better and it's not as difficult and it feels better being alive, that's still doing enough God's work to be good people on earth, to follow God and Jesus, to believe in God and Jesus, and do our best on earth to relatives and as many people as possible, and to also just give all the glory to God and not try to make it to heaven for some selfish reason, but to do God's work the way God wants us to be. Okay, in Jesus' name, amen. Bye.